What is up, guys? This is Chad with Living the Van Life up here in Washington. This time, I hope this audio is actually working and hope you guys can find me over here on this side. Had to do a little different setting here for the live stream. So hopefully that's working out. And hopefully we've got audio now. Let me know if we guys do. I don't know why they make these dang things so technically difficult. Like part of it, they offer downloading a whole separate software for your live stream. I don't know. This seems to work pretty well here. I don't have enough experience to do it. Anyways, yeah, here we are doing a little live chat. Figured I'd do that. Originally, I was going to do a live premiere on the video that I released today. Hopefully, you guys have already seen that. But I did some research on the premiere mode here on YouTube, and there was a lot of negativity about it. So I figured I didn't want to chance that and figured and just do a regular drop on that and then do a live stream chat so that we could hang out and spend some time together. You guys can ask me questions and we can just hang out and chat. So hope everybody's doing good out there. I'm seeing all of the chats over here come through. I'll try to answer these questions as fast as I can. Why aren't I in the van? The van's actually parked outside. Right now I'm in the office space that I've got downtown here. This is where I do all the editing work on the van life videos. I got my laptop. I got a desk set up here. So the van's outside. I just got a good internet connection in here. And yeah, normally I do the live streams out in the van. Let's see. I'm reading. If I don't answer you guys' question, then make sure and post it again because these comments on the live chat over here go by so fast that I'm not always able to answer every single one of them. So if I don't get to your question, make sure and repost it. Justin Hadsall, I love your videos and make me want to do some camping. Sweet. That's awesome. I always love hearing that. Get a lot of feedback like that people are finding inspiration in the videos and want to get out there and do it. So that is cool. Somebody just asked if I am living in the van currently. Yes, I am. It has actually been a full entire year since I got back from my bout in Australia when I was over there for 3 months. So tomorrow marks 1 year from being back in that, and I have been in my van every single night since then, except for when I've been traveling out of town for work. Otherwise, I spend every single night in the van, living van life. Let's see. People are asking, where did I disappear to? That's a good question, especially here for a live chat. I get to explain that to you. Unfortunately, not the only thing. I don't only just have van life going on. I've been working on a feature-length documentary about motorcycle land speed racing, and that has been the main focus for the last 3 years. And during summertime months, it just turns out that I spent a lot of time working on the film, and it's kind of my off season when it comes to van life. I just don't get out and do much van stuff. So in the wintertime, the fall time, I like the challenge of going out and staying in the van, going through the inclement weather, surviving blizzards and snowstorms. That's where it gets exciting for me, and that's where I thrive on creating content. So that's probably why you guys don't see much of me in the summertime. It's kind of just boring van life stuff. So, okay, let's see. See what other questions I got up here. What do I do for a living? I do film production and YouTube for a living. YouTube is a huge part of my living now. So all of the work and all of the time that I spend filming these videos and editing these videos all go into part of my income. So I do YouTube as a living. I also do film production. as a living. So we go out and do various different cinematography jobs. We do a lot of work in the motorcycle industry. And so we go out and do a lot of shooting on that, as well as, like I said, the documentary. So let's see here. Is my van all wheel drive? Is one of the questions up here in the feed. My van is actually not all wheel drive. It is actually just 2-wheel drive, and it's rear wheel drive. So the engine is over the back, which means that weight of the engine sits over the back wheels and provides optimal traction, especially for a 2-wheel drive. All wheel drive would be cool, but it is not, unfortunately. I hope you're not planning on jumping the bandwagon and heading south of the border. I would love to make a trip down south of the border and get into Mexico and even down into South America and stuff like that. That would be really cool. Let's see. Catherine M. Hi from Melbourne, Australia. What's up, Catherine M. from Melbourne? I've been to Melbourne a few times. So I like that city. It's a cool city for sure. Let's see. What kind of gas mileage do I get? John Bass asked what kind of gas mileage I get in my van. You know what? Actually, with my oversized tires, it being shaped like a shoebox and it's big and boxy, I don't get exceptionally great gas mileage. It's actually around town, probably 13 to 14 miles of the gallon. But when I get out on the highway, then it doesn't do too bad. It gets more like 16 to 17. Not ideal, but it is what it is. John Erickson, am I in Washington State? Yes, I am in Washington State. Do I have a gun? That's a good question. Wouldn't you like to know? That's stuff that I don't necessarily reveal if I do or if I don't. Let's see here. Sorry, guys, these comments are like hauling ass through here, so I'm trying to answer them as much as possible. Do, 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 do. How do I still like my general grabbers? That's a good question. As you guys know, for years I ran the BFG tires, the BFG KO2 all terrains. Those are great tire. Unfortunately, my alignment ruined my front tires, and I needed to get some new tires. And BFGs were a little bit outside of my budget at this time, so I opted for the general grabbers, which have actually been a really good option. It saves some money, and they've been a great tire, so that's worked really good. Am I a Seahawks fan? If so, I'm sorry. I enjoy watching the Seahawks. They're the hometown team, so I'm not a huge football fan to the point where I watch it every single weekend, but I enjoy sitting down and watching a good Seahawks game for sure. Let's see. Somebody asked, "Hey Chad, how are you able to stream live? Am I using data?" No, I am actually on a Wi-Fi connection in my office in downtown right now, so I'm using that. But I have used my data through my phone for streaming in the past, and it works just fine. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I guess I can scroll back up through these. Jess B says I should tell you about my Apex solar generator horror story. Uh-oh. Don't like to hear about horror stories. I've got my Kodiak and from Energy from the same company. That thing has actually been really good for me so far. So I've been reaching out to those guys here recently, hoping to do some more work with those guys. So yeah, I'd love to hear more about it if you're having issues with it. Tracks off grid. What's up, dude? Good to hear you here, or good to see you rather up here on the live stream. That's awesome that you've had Optimus out on the road 800 miles and no problems. That's cool. Um, oh, Adrian Banks with a super chat. That's awesome. Thank you very much, Adrian. $5.99 donation from Australia with Adrian Banks. Super appreciate that. Really appreciate it. It's awesome. Let's see. Can I do more cooking videos? Yes, that is something that I would like to do for sure. Is some more cooking videos. That's always kind of part of what I do with van life. I try to incorporate that into it because I know how much you guys enjoy it. Whether it's a simple meal or whether it's more involved, bigger cooking. So I've definitely got some plans for this winter and this season coming up of doing lots of cool camping, getting out into the backcountry, stuff like that. Ooh, somebody just asked where my beer was. That's a good question. A little bit of whiskey right here, actually. No beer for me today, but whiskey. Cheers, guys. Mm-hmm. Where did I learn to cook? That's a good question. I didn't really officially learn, I guess. Yes, what's up? There's Ann in a van. I just saw her pop on through here. What is up? Ann in a van in the house. People are be stoked to hear from Ann in a van. Yes, live chat. Was supposed to do like I said, the live premiere of the new video that I just uploaded today and decided against it last minute, but still wanted to get together with you guys on a live stream so that we could spend that time together. So that's why we're here tonight in substitution of the actual live premiere that I had originally set up. Let's see. Yep, there's everybody chiming in for Ann in a van. Ann is over in Australia. She is been buried massively with massive amounts of work, and their business over there is just really going at it. They're really busy, so she's been putting in lots of hours over there, which has been making it pretty tough for her to find the time to be able to get over here to the States. But hopefully, she can get some time off coming up here soon. We'll get her back over here for some Ann in a van videos, which would be super cool. Yep, see, she's at work right now, sneaking YouTube. What is up, babe? Good to see you here on the live chat. Everybody's asking about you, where you're at. Let's see. Sorry, guys. These chats or these comments are coming through like crazy. Oh, Michael Smith says, "Where you at? Do I need some small batch Jim Beam?" That's a crazy thing. Is like the only place I've been able to find that small batch Jim Beam is over in Australia. So a few weeks ago, I was over in Australia hanging out with Ann in a van, and I loaded up at least with a couple bottles to come back home. But today I'm drinking some Pendleton. The small batch Jim Beam is hanging out in Eldad's garage, so we sip on that when we're over there working on vans and camera gear. Elvin Ranger, yo Chad, what up, brother? With the winter coming, will you be adding any more modifications to the van? Maybe not necessarily like actual modifications to the physical van, but definitely adding some more equipment that will make both winter van life more comfortable and actually add to the content. I've been working on some deals with a company that does the portable fire pits. You guys might have known them. It's called Solo Stove. And so working with them, I want to get a hold of one of those Solo Stoves so that when I'm out in the winter backcountry doing some camping, then we can have a cool fire pit fire going on with that. So stuff like that, other equipment that's going to be cool to have for wintertime. So let's see, what else do we got here? Is it a Subaru motor? Yes, there is a Subaru motor in my van. That is correct. I did the conversion, gosh, back in 2012. 2012 is when I did my Subaru conversion. Indeed. Motorcycle carrier for the van. Oh my gosh, I would love to have a motorcycle carrier for my van to be able to have my dirt bike on board. I've got a YZ250X, which would be perfect to have on board with my van. I really need to update the hitch mount bumper on my van before I could put a bike rack on it. And eventually, someday, I'd like to do that. Tracks off grid, yes. Would love to plan a trip to Kentucky to have some whiskey. That would be very, very cool. Definitely. Somebody asking, do you think I would get a dog? I'd love to have a dog. I'd love to have an Australian blue heeler to travel with. Unfortunately, there's just no way that my lifestyle could allow that. I'm always traveling with work. I'm always last minute travel up on a plane and out of here. My life is just too crazy, too busy. That it would be very tough to have a dog and be responsible with it. So I've opted out of that, and but I would definitely love to have one eventually. Let's see, what else do we got? Your channel is super inspiring. Considering van life myself, keep it up. That's from Harry Collins. Harry, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Hearing all the feedback from you guys on the video comments and stuff is essentially what keeps me pushing forward and trying to create this content. Creating this content is a ton of work. Really, if I'm going out to film anymore, it's not just a simple camping trip where you go out and sit around the fire and enjoy. It's bringing the camera, and it's thinking of angles, and it's thinking of stories to tell and different ways to make the video interesting. And as you guys have seen with all the van driving by the camera, me hiking past the camera, that's all me doing double takes. If I'm going to drive past the camera, if you guys ever see the van driving past, that means I drove up the road, I set the camera down, I turned back around, I drove back, and then drove past the camera. Then after that, I got to turn around and go pick the camera up. So just filming a video is a lot of work. It's not just a simple task of just going camping anymore. It's fishing. And then the editing. The last video probably had about 20 to 30 hours worth of editing into it. So hearing you guys really appreciate the hard work and the effort that goes into it. When you guys leave those comments, that's what keeps me pushing through to the next one. And I always hope to up the game from one video to the next so that you guys keep getting the best content. Let's see. Hi, Chad. How long food supply you prepared for camp and snow in case of emergency? I always try to keep a couple cans of soup, a couple freeze-dried meals, some extra water. So when I go up in any sort of crazy situations that there could turn into the possibility of an emergency, that way at least we got a couple days worth of food on hand. So definitely do bring extra food when that is the case. Folk Raven Bear, love the channel, and this and some of the bushcraft channels are my go-tos for relaxing and informative viewing. Definitely the whole bushcraft thing is something that I've recently discovered. I guess I never really knew it was a thing as bushcraft. So I've been enjoying watching the bushcraft channels, like My Self-Reliance is a cool one, Joe Robinette, which actually came from a lot of you guys suggesting that I watch Joe Robinette. And I've really, really enjoyed those style of videos, and I've taken a lot of inspiration from that and wanted to introduce that into my channel here. And that's why you guys see more of that in the last 3 videos. So, and the feedback and the stats and everything look really great. So far, kind of the bushcraft style of videos have actually been working really well uh, for me and for you guys. So glad you guys are stoked on that. Sorry, getting some messages here. Do do. Huh. Um, sorry, had a message come through from some family members. Tracks off grid. You need a vacation. Oh my gosh, this is vacation. I don't know what you're talking about. When you love what you do for work, then you never work a day in your life. So that's why I take it, and I enjoy doing this stuff. Let's see. Oh, Patrick C with a $2 super chat. What is your favorite location so far up here? Gosh, you know what? I would have to say probably Eastern Washington over in the Okanagan, which is the video that I just dropped today. That whole video took place over in the Okanagan National Forest, which is in Eastern Washington, east of the Cascades, and that is probably my favorite area. It's open, it's diverse. Dirt roads actually go places, so there's lots of exploring to do, and the weather is usually pretty great. So that's probably my number one favorite over there. Beyond that, I've really enjoyed going up into Canada and exploring some of the area that's just north of us in British Columbia, Canada. So, yeah. By the way, that's a great way to get the attention of the the comments. If you guys got like a comment you want to see, do the super chat because that like highlights it, and I catch that going by. So, thanks to Patrick C for the $2 super chat there. Okay, sorry guys, let's read this down here. Daniel Bell says, "Bro, have you been face to face with near death on the road?" Gosh, I can't say that I've been face to face with near death on the road. Definitely have had some pretty hairy scenarios, which I've highlighted in several of the videos. When Anna Van was over here visiting a year ago, we took the drive up to Banff, up in the Canadian Rockies. That was that was a pretty nerve wracking little road trip there for sure. Harry Collins with a $2 super chat. Thanks, Harry. Really appreciate it, man. The super chats are awesome. Those little donations help keep me going, help keep this channel going. So I really appreciate you guys taking the opportunity to do that. That means a lot. Let's see. Paul Cook 68. Does the heater give off any smell inside? He's referring to the diesel heater that I have inside. I don't have the Mr. Buddy heater anymore. I've been using the Chinese diesel powered heater. A lot of you guys have seen the videos that I've done on that. It does not. All of the fumes from the combustion chamber are actually exhausted down and outside of the van, so you don't have to worry about any sort of exhaust fumes coming into the van. So no, it's very clean air, and I really enjoy it. Jim C, where's the next big trip? Well, definitely have been keeping my eye on the opportunity for some winter camping. That's like my number one goal in front of me is to get somewhere where I can get into the snow ASAP. I've been keeping an eye on the mountains here, and it's just getting to the point where it's starting to sprinkle a little bit of snow at those higher elevations. So, the first opportunity I can get to some winter camping and start creating some winter content for you guys, that's my number one trip. On a big goal, like lifelong goal that I'd love to do for a trip would be to get down into Mexico, Baja, maybe even South America, stuff like that. I just saw a comment by Ann in a van here. Nerve wracking is an understatement. Loads of fun and the best memories of an incredible adventure. That is for darn sure. To be able to have Ann over here in the wintertime and take her out in the van. Being from Australia, she at the time had only seen snow like once, years and years ago. So she never really had a true snow experience. So that was kind of my number one goal with her when she was up here to get her out into some snow. So that trip that we did to the Canadian Rockies, that was certainly a fun adventure. Let's see. Pav Beasy. Anne in a van. When you get married to Anne, are you moving there or is she moving to the U.S.? Basically, he's asking in the long term, what's happening? Am I going over there? Am I coming over, or is she coming over to the U.S.? That is a very good question. That is something that, yes, snow angels. That's something that's still yet to be determined. I am stuck here indefinitely working on our documentary film at the moment. So I have to get through that before I can make any decisions of what is next in my life. So I've got that in front of me, and that's what is kind of keeping me here. Let's see. I'll keep working through these comments, guys. Bear with me. They are hauling ass through here. Daniel Rector says, living the van life sucks. Thanks, Daniel. Party on, bro. Appreciate it. That's funny. When does the Travis Ross, when does the documentary film come out? The documentary film, basically where we're at with it right now is we are in post-production working on getting a rough cut. This was a documentary film that we spent 2 years capturing, filming, documenting, and now we are currently in post-production going through the 2 years worth of footage. And as we go through the editing process, we're also going through the writing process and pulling all this together. So it's a documentary that's a little bit different animal than your normal typical documentary. But if you guys want to go check it out, we have started a YouTube channel where we've got our 60-second first look teaser up on. And the name of the YouTube channel, which is also the name of the film, is Rockets and Titans. And in fact, I'll see here if I can just put a link in the description, or I'm sorry, in the chat box for you guys. Let me pull this up here. Rockets and Titans. Give you guys a link to the trailer so that you guys can go check it out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way, anytime we release content about the documentary, then you guys can go check it out. Right now, I'm dropping the link to the YouTube channel there. And let's see. No, I don't want to leave that. Yes. That's to the teaser. So that link there is to the teaser. You guys can go check it out, get an idea of what the documentary is about. It's also on Instagram, Rockets and Titans. You guys can follow it there. But yeah. So as far as when it comes out, it's hard to say. Probably sometime in 2020, but that really depends on the distributor and how they want to handle that. So anyways, that's Rockets and Titans. I'll go through and try to answer some of these other questions that are popping up through here. Where will you be spending most of the winter? That's coming from Gus in a Bus. What's up, Gus in a Bus? I'm going to be spending most of my winter up here in the Pacific Northwest. Like I said, working on the documentary, but also working on van life content. So hopefully up in the Cascade Mountains, doing some snow videos, maybe up into Canada, doing some winter videos up there as well. And yeah. So that's where I'll be. P tier. There's only one fastest motorcycle on Earth, and that is true. And that's what our documentary is all about. So definitely check it out. Okay. How is van life in Australia? Any interest in vanning it in other countries? The little bit of van life stuff that I've done with Anne in a van down in Australia is very cool. She lives on the, sorry guys, she lives on the Sunshine Coast, and which is awesome up there. That's basically like Hawaii weather, so it's very warm, very mild. So it's great for any sort of outdoor stuff. Of course, it's different scenery, different terrain, different cultures make for a little bit different van life. So it is a little bit of an adjustment going from what I know as van life here in Bellingham and going over there to Australia. It's different, but gosh, in Australia, there's tons of exploring to be done, and I haven't even began to scratch the surface of what's available over there. So it's pretty crazy. What else do we got? Sorry, guys, I'm trying to catch up with these questions. Catherine M says Sunshine Coast, Australia is stunning. Yes, it very, very much is. What would you say is the best way to find places to camp? That's coming from Hunter Lawson. That's a good question. Um, I like to do as much research of an area. If I know I'm going to a particular spot, I like to jump on Google and just do a quick Google search. And I like to do an image search so I get an idea of the layout of the land, of what it looks like, and then just kind of drill in deeper into the area and find out, what areas there are to explore. But Google searching and really just getting out there and exploring is the best way to find places to camp. It's definitely a little different. I feel very fortunate to have lived around this area for, gosh, how many years has it been? 30 years that I've lived here in this area. So I know the place well. So going to new places outside of my realm, it's a little bit different challenge to find places to camp. But Google and internet is your best friend there. Ethan Thoppe, sorry if I mispronounced your last name, but Ethan, thank you for the $1 super chat. I really appreciate it. That's cool to see. Let's see. Paul McCoy says, "What would you say the best starter van or truck to live in?" That's a good question. You know what? Honestly, the best one to start with is the one that you can afford. Whether it's a van, whether it's a truck, whatever it may be, whatever you can afford, that's going to be your best one. They all have options of being customized. Ideally, you're going to need to do some customizing. And quite honestly, that's probably the funnest part about starting a van life scenario is the opportunity to customize your living space. So whether it's a truck, whether it's a van, I mean, honestly, obviously, with a van, you've got much more space to work with. But I don't know. Part of me thinks it would be cool to do something in a truck. So, yeah. Anyways, whatever you can afford, that's going to be the best one. Let's see. Do I ever go mushroom hunting while camping? No, I haven't while I've been out camping, but I've got friends that are into it and they talk about it. And I just never have myself. Chaplin says, "Hey, what's up? Love your new videos. Thank you very much. Been putting some effort into kind of changing things up on the van life videos and taking a new approach. And quite honestly, your guys' feedback coming back from those videos have been very, very inspiring to keep going in that direction. So I really appreciate it. One of those things that I have taken is the longer format and made my videos longer. I used to shoot for trying to get my videos edited down to under 10 minutes. And I've been exploring and pushing the limits from 30 to 40 minutes in that range and do less talking, give you guys more of the experience, show you guys more of what I do and less talking. So I've been enjoying creating those videos more than before, and so hopefully you guys are enjoying them. Um, do I have a fundraising site to help share more of my experiences? I've got a PayPal link set up and I've got a Patreon account set up. It's something that I haven't really gone out and pushed much just because I feel like it's a sensitive subject. Either people really want to help support you and they're willing to donate, or the other side of people and subscribers are people that don't like people standing there with their hand out. That's kind of a tough subject for me because I firsthand know how much work it goes into creating this content that everybody gets to watch for free. And I tell you what, it is beyond a full time job to create this content. And all of my revenue really comes from ad revenue right now. And I've been hesitant on opening up my doors to my Patreon account. Like I said, my Patreon account is live. I haven't actually made a video announcing it to you guys, just because I'm a little bit concerned of the sensitivity around people on that. But, anyways, yeah, if you guys are interested in the Patreon, it's usually in the link below my in the description below my videos. You guys are more than welcome to go check that out. Or there's a PayPal account. So, anyways, hopefully that answers that question. Let's see. What else do we got here for questions? Winnebago Bob, when are you going to ride the bike trail again? Let's see. I'm trying to think. That's Bobby. I know that's Bobby. Bobby, what are you talking about? Are you talking about on the dirt bike? I'm trying to think what you might be referring to there. But anyways, regardless, riding a bike on a trail, like I love doing that stuff. So hopefully soon. I definitely do like that. Do 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 do. Ooh, actually, that's another thing I want to talk to you guys about. Well, I've got everybody here on live chat. Okay, so this is kind of going back to that whole Patreon thing and how people don't like YouTubers that are standing there with their hands out asking for Patreon donations. Um, I think Patreon's a great way to support a YouTube channel for somebody that puts a lot of hard work in to create the content that everybody gets to enjoy for free. One of the other things that I'm really working hard on right now is to release some merchandise, and I'm 99.9% sure that the first thing that we're going to start with is going to be some Living the Van Life t-shirts. And in fact, I've got the logo all dialed in. The logo is actually at the screen print shop. And probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a pre-sale on these t-shirts to get things started. And my goal is to open up the pre-sale for about a week-long period and let all of you guys who are interested in getting yourself a Living the Van Life t-shirt. During the pre-sale time, we'll probably do like a discount and get everybody in there to buy the t-shirts, and then we're going to run the first order of t-shirts and get this merchandise kicked off. So anyways, I feel like that's another way to generate some revenue, but giving you guys a product of some merchandise in return rather than just a donation. So I've been working my tail off on that. In fact, spent a lot of time today working on that. So as soon as that comes up, we're going to do t-shirts, and from t-shirts, then we'll lead into the hats. I don't have my hat, but my American West hat that I've always worn has been extremely popular on the channel. I've had a lot of people asking about that. So I'm going to have a Live in the Van Life hat that was very similar to the American West hat. We'll roll into that. We're going to have patches. I see a lot of people talking about hoodies. So we're going to have a hoodie available as well, but we need to get this first run of t-shirts ran off and sold so that it can take the profits from that and roll it into more merchandise, and hoping that that can take off into a cool little business of doing some Living the Van Life shirts and stuff like that. So leave me your guys' feedback if you guys would be into shirts, any other ideas. I see people talking about stickers. Yeah, Travis Ross's stickers, hats, t-shirts, hoodies, beanies. Definitely working on getting that set up. And as soon as that's set up, then it'll be live on my website at livingthevanlife.com. Anyways, working on moving all of that forward. And Travis Ross again says, living the van life whiskey. That is a great idea. I wonder if I could partner up with Pendleton and do a living the van life special edition of Pendleton. That would be cool. That's actually not a bad idea. I like that idea. Anyways, my whole goal with all of this is realizing that with living the van life, it's been built into quite an amazing platform, and we're approaching 100,000 subscribers, which I never in my life actually thought would happen. Right now, it's approaching 93,000 or 92,000. Anyways, it's crazy, and so I really want to capitalize on that. I want to really develop some relationships with some brands and see what we can do with the t-shirts and just turn this thing into a much bigger thing. So super stoked on that. Sorry guys, I got some messages coming through here. It's been blowing up. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, let's see, guys. Tracks off grid. Okay, I'm out of here. Have to be up early. Tracks off grid. Good seeing you on here, man. Sorry, I saw your name pop up through there a few times. I've just been trying to race to grab everybody's comments. I hope you're doing good. Hope Optimus is doing good over there. And chat soon. So, indeed. Yes. Winnebago Bob, my mountain bike. Yes, my mountain bike. You know, I actually don't even have a mountain bike. Last summer when I took off to Australia for 3 months, I got rid of my mountain bikes, but I've got my dirt bike, and so I really enjoy riding the dirt bikes, stuff like that. I haven't had a lot of chance to ride those lately, but hopefully soon coming up. Me and Eldad keep talking about we need to get out on the dirt bikes and go ride. Okay. Yes, troll is gone. See, trolls are easy to just take care of. Just click of a button, they're gone. You don't ever have to see them again. Albert, keep living the life. Love the day and the outdoor life content. Thanks, I really appreciate it. Mask Man, bro, you just skipped my comment. Oh no, man. Sorry. Troll returns. There's Troll returns. What's up, Troll returns? That's pretty funny. Yes. Mask Man, what's up, dude? How are you? Good to see you here on the live chat. George Fenrich. George Fenrich. Anyways, sorry about the last name there. How much water do I take with, and how do I keep things from freezing? It depends. I like to have at least a couple gallons of water with me. That would cover anything that the van might need if I had an issue with. I love these guys. I'm not even gonna worry about it. At least a couple gallons worth of water, and that covers any water that the van might need if a coolant line breaks or anything like that. But then also extra drinking water, and I just store the water inside my van. Now with the diesel heater going, I've got heat in there most of the time, and I never have to worry about it freezing. with the heater going all the time. So that's how I deal with that. Fairy, do I still come to my home? I go to my home every night. My van is my home. So yes, I'm there all the time. Um, Mask Man says, I'm super duper fine, bro. What about you, bro? I'm good, bro. Please remember to make your merch available all over the world. Yes. I get a lot of feedback. I get a lot of comments from India, which is very cool to see you guys over there in India on the channel watching. I think it's cool that this content gets to make its way around the world. That is super duper cool. And that is my biggest thing, is making sure that the merchandise is available anywhere around the world. So I spent most of my afternoon working on the shipping options that will get you guys the most affordable shipping of any sort of merchandise anywhere in the world that you want. So I think I've got it figured out. I just need to do a little bit more work on that. So let's see. Ethan Thoppe. I have a question. I own a business and travel for work. I might build a van next year. Would it be a good investment? Um, Usually, investments, you look for a return on money or anything like that. I think the good investment part of a van, I mean, there's certain vans that would actually be a good investment. If you can afford to get into a Sprinter van, the resale values on those seem to be extraordinary. So that would be a good investment. But the great investment beyond that is the fact that you can live much cheaper so you can actually save some money. So to me, that's a good investment. If you're smart about it and you live good and cheap, then the money you're saving from not having a mortgage, then you can put that into savings. So yes, depending on how you go about it, I think it is a good investment. You just got to be smart about it. If you're talking about a Volkswagen, the resale value, if you just buy one, fix it up, and sell it, that's a good investment. But if you're going to own one, it takes a lot of maintenance, and that might not be necessarily the perfect investment. So, anyways, let's see. John Bass says, need a Chad Life shirt with my face on it. I would sport it. That's funny. That would be pretty funny. Jordan Reed, what's your favorite van life weather terrain? That's a good question. I like inclement weather. The crazier the weather, the better. Whether it's heavy rain or a good storm or snow. Snow is really fun. I really enjoy getting into the snow just because it's extreme and it like pushes you and it challenges you. So anything that challenges you, I think is cool. As far as terrain, I love exploring dirt roads. The more extreme the dirt road, the better. Therefore, there again, it's because it's pushing your extremes and pushing your limits. And so, anytime you can explore your limits, that's that. At least to me, that's when I feel like I'm living. So, gluten-free bear, shout out from my travel trailer in Moab on a 5-month run here. No van though. That is cool that you're out in Moab in your travel trailer. Are you actually like out in the desert in Moab? Or are you at a campground? Or, anyways, either way, I think it's freaking cool. I love Moab, and that's a place that I've always dreamed of being able to go with my van and just go travel the backcountry, the outback out there. So yeah. Anyways, Moab, super cool. Love that. Let's see, Ethan. It would be a Chevy 3500 Express, so I can pull trailers. Yeah, I mean, we own a Chevy Express van as our production van, and they're great vehicles. They ride nice. They got good, smooth power. Seems to be reliable. They got great room inside of it for pulling trailers. That's a good thing as well. The Sprinter vans, they got good towing capacity too. Eldad just got a Sprinter van, so I've had some first-hand experience with the Sprinter vans, and I tell you what, a Sprinter van, it's really got me thinking that that's what I'd like to have. Eventually, I'll have a Sprinter van. I just got to get myself in a position where where I can afford it, because it is definitely a hefty investment. Um, Maskman says, I am thinking of migrating to the United States so that I can enjoy van life, go hike in the mountains. It will be wonderful. I tell you what, man, there's lots of opportunity over here, but I'm sure there's lots of opportunity where you're at there too. Um, I'm not sure what it'd be like van life, but there's definitely lots of opportunities over here for van life. But I feel like there's opportunities for van life anywhere. Let's see. Uh, Jonathan Panett, Panay. Why don't you have any merchandise? That's what I've been talking about here recently in the chat here. That's something that I've been working my tail off the last couple days, working on getting some merchandise launched. We're going to start with the t-shirts, and then roll that into more merchandise right after that. So, yes. Let's see. Jason, do you also live in a house too? No, I live fully in my van. I've been in my van now for a full year. Tomorrow marks a full year. Every night that I have been in town here in Bellingham, I've been in my van. There's been times where I've had to travel for work or going over to visit Anne in a van. And I have not been in the van for that, obviously. But other than that, it's been a whole entire year of being back in the van life. Yes, Buster Douglas. Got my whiskey right here, bro. Vegas 710. Are you always by yourself? No, I'm not actually. I work with friends and coworkers every single day. I do enjoy getting out in my van for some solo adventures, especially when it comes to filming. It is a lot easier to film van life content when I'm by myself, because then I can do what I want. I can do however many takes to the camera that I want. Anytime somebody is with me when I'm filming, it does take up more time, because it takes me about twice or three times longer to do the normal simple task because I'm filming it. So when there's other people around, I feel like it's putting pressure on myself to get it done quicker. So when I'm out creating content by myself, it's a lot more doable. But no, I've spent a lot of time with friends here around town. Like I said, I work with other coworkers and friends, and got lots of friends in town. So, Suzuki Jeff, you going to come up to Canada again this winter? Yes, absolutely. I am hoping to, as soon as I possibly can. My van right now is having some transmission problems. The reverse gear in my automatic transmission is actually slipping. So I've got about 15% of my reverse gear. And so that makes it a little bit stressful of going up into some of these extreme territories when I don't have a full reverse. If I ever got in a situation where I need to get myself stuck and I got to go forward and backwards, or I need to get myself unstuck, not having a reverse could be a bit of a challenge. So I really need to get my transmission fixed before I can get too crazy on getting out of town. Brandon Lee, are you growing a winter beard? I always got the winter beard going. I don't know. It's funny, actually. I always feel like my beard is like this thick, but I go back and I watch other videos from the past, and it's like, oh wow, my beard was small back then, or other times it's bigger. I don't know. It just goes up and down, floats in the wind. Catherine M, I feel like drinking whiskey too now. Yes, join on board. Got some Pendleton whiskey going on here. I love me some good old Canadian whiskey. Bourbon is good. I have grown an appreciation for bourbon, but the Canadian whiskey's just got a nice, smooth finish to it. Doesn't quite have that bite like the bourbon does, but anything whiskey's good. CBD says you need to go offline. Not sure what that means. Daniel Calderon. What's up, bro? What is up, Daniel? Oh, that's Daniel. What's up, dude? Long time no talk to. Daniel made it up visit Washington here last spring. We got to hang out in the van, hang out around town. We had some beers. It was good times. Yes, Mask Man. I love Mask Man. This guy's awesome. One last question, bro. Do you watch WWE, bro? I'm a huge fan of Adam Edge Copeland, a Canadian WWE Hall of Famer. That is awesome. I love that. I don't watch WWE. I never watch TV, so I never get the chance to do that. Lake Okanagan is the best in BC. Lots of beaches. Yes, that whole area up there is really cool. Sean O'Brien, what's up, Chad? What is up, Sean? Ethan, it was enjoyable getting questions answered live. Thanks. First time I have ever watched YouTube live. Well, cool. I'm glad to have you on board and glad you enjoyed the experience. It's my pleasure to get to sit here and hang out with you guys and chat live. It's always good response here when we're doing this live. Harry Collins. Yeah, that's a problem. Sorry, I'm not sure. I maybe missed one of your other comments there. Single male dating while living in a van. Make the video. Yeah, that's one thing everybody is always wondering about. How is dating while van life or dating with van life? That would be a good video for sure. Just to be able to talk about the ins and outs and kind of the approaches of how you should take that. Really, it applies to dating, it applies to friends, it applies to family, it applies to really anybody. The same approach. Anna Van says, Okies, I'm out. Work calls. Keep smashing the live feed. Thanks, babe. Good to see you on here for a live feed. Always stoked. Everybody's always wondering where Anna Van is. There she is right there on the live feed. Have a good day at work. I'll talk to you later. Have you ever tried 10 Cup whiskey? I have not. I have not tried 10 Cup whiskey. It sounds good though. Ethan, first person I have ever subscribed to. Wow, living the van life was your first person you ever subscribed to? I feel really special. I appreciate that. Lead Balloon 06. Women love the van life. It's true. I think they do. I think van life can be a positive thing when it comes to dating. You just got to know how to approach it. Sparky Bear, have you ever been to Walla Walla, Washington? I have not actually physically been to Walla Walla. I've been to areas north and south and east and west of it, but Walla Walla seems to be that kind of black hole that I haven't been to. Let's see what else we got here. Van life with Danny. Check out Vancouver Island one day. Another wild part of BC you can't miss. That is true. Actually, I've really wanted to make it up to what's the surf spot up there on the west coast of Vancouver Island? I'm drawing a blank with it right now. Anyways, I've definitely wanted to get over to the west coast of Vancouver Island, kind of for storm season, and watch some of those storms come in and the big waves and stuff like that. I think that'd be really cool for some van life content. Yes, Tofino, van life with Danny. It is Tofino. That's right. And Bryce 928. That is true. I would love to get up there. Mask Man, bro, you read my messages on WhatsApp, but you never reply. Why, bro? I don't really do much on WhatsApp, so if I'm getting messages on there, yeah, not really sure. Usually on on YouTube is the best way to be able to interact, leave comments or whatever. That's the best way. Jonathan asks, how is the heater working? The heater, that's a good question. I fired up the heater for the first time this season here, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. And the heater hadn't ran probably since March. So obviously it took the summer off and it sat there for I don't know how long. And when it fired up again the first time, it ran flawlessly. So I'm coming up on a year now that I've been using that thing, and I have no complaints with it. The heater has been working well, especially for the $150 or $160 that I invested into it. It's been really well, or it's been really really good for sure. I would still definitely highly recommend it, especially a year into it. Jed Clark says, "Can you please say what's up, guys? This is Chad with Living the Van Life up here in Washington. Today, we're on a live chat here with all of these 168 subscribers from all over the world, and we're hanging out here doing a live feed. How's that, Jed Clark?" uh, TRD Lifestyle, love your channel, man. It's really good stuff. Thanks. TRD Lifestyle, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. It's it's great to hear all of the positive feedback. I just go and do what I do with the camera and with van life and put it together and just hope that you guys enjoy it. So something must be working, and we're just going to keep on going with that. So really appreciate that. Chet Clark, you need to do voice acting. Shit. I think that'd probably get me in trouble. Us PNW guys got to stick together. I live in Oregon. TRD lifestyle. That's right, bro. Northwest. PNW. Should have called this live streaming the van life. That's a good call. Ethan says, I like the content. I like the professionalism and how you give honest opinions about the things you use on the daily. That's one thing. Like I mentioned earlier, I really want to start developing some relationships with some other brands. And I get a lot of people reaching out, a lot of different brands reaching out, asking me to review this product or review that product. But really, my whole goal with it all is to develop relationships with brands that I've already familiar with, that I already trust, and that I use on a regular basis. Because anything that I talk to you guys about or put in front of you guys, I want it to be something that I really believe in. Like the Jetboil thing. I've actually thought about reaching out to Jetboil and asking them if they're interested in developing a brand relationship with Living the Van Life, because it is a product that I use all the time. That's why you guys see it in the video all the time, is because it's something I use and it's something I believe in. And so if I develop brand deals here on the channel, I want it to be with stuff that I really believe in. So you guys can always trust that if I'm talking about it, then I've used it and I believe in it. So I appreciate the feedback on that. Christian says, hey, Chad, I'm a viewer from Utah and I just wanted to say love the vids. Also, have you ever thought of traveling to Utah? It's absolute breathtaking place. Actually, yes, I have traveled to Utah. I've done work there. I've actually driven through there in my van. I do love Utah. And Utah, if there's anywhere that I could go and drive to and just spend a few months in, it would definitely be Utah. I would love to drive my van down there, park, and just get to know the area and post up there for a bit. I've always kind of had that dream in the back of my mind of getting to do that. And Utah is definitely the place that I'd like to do that. So Ethan, how do you get by without a fridge? That's actually a good question. I don't do a lot of cooking in the van. I say that, but you guys see it in all the videos. Usually, if I'm out filming a video, that's when I'm doing the cooking. But on a regular day to day basis, I don't spend enough time in the van to where I'm actually like cooking. However, Eldad has acquired um, a small refrigerator from our friend Joey, and you guys have seen Joey on the videos. Anyways, once Eldad acquired that little fridge and he's got it hooked up in a Sprinter van, he uses that thing on a daily basis, and we use the heck out of that thing when we go on road trips for doing our production company work. And so that is one thing that I've actually really been considering recently is getting into a 12-volt fridge that I can run in my van because I would like to have snacks and food and stuff right in the van. Unfortunately, it takes up a lot more space in the van, which for the longest time I had a hard time wanting to give up that space to put one of the chest refrigerators. But I think it might be something I'm looking into. So, anyways, yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Let's see. Mask Man with love from India. Thanks, bro. Really appreciate you stopping by for a live chat. Cool to see you on here. Always cool to see your comments, etc. Yes. Sorry, got a message from Eldad. Eldad's texting me. Let's see. John Bass, your van seems to be at Joey's house an awful lot. Joey, like Joey Rideout? My van is never at Joey's house, actually. Not sure which Joey you're talking about. Travis, I'm out. Thanks for answering questions. Thanks, Travis. Really appreciate stopping by and hanging out on the live chat. Harry Collins asks, "Have I thought about some East Coast traveling?" Yeah, I think it'd be cool to get over there. Gosh, there's so much of the West Coast that I haven't even gotten to see that I feel like there's so much to see here in my backyard. But definitely, it would be cool to get over there to the East Coast for sure. John Bass, maybe not Joey's house then, but I see it at a house an awful lot. The only other house it'd be at would be maybe Eldad's, but it's not even there that much. I wonder actually if you might be seeing another van. There is another blue van that is identical to mine. It's got the same wheels. It's got the awning on it, same color. Um, I wonder if maybe that's what you're seeing because he lives across the street from Joey, another friend of mine, Joey, and that might be what you're seeing. The dude that owns the White Westie, John Bass. Yes, Eldad is the my van may be parked there, but not really that often. Although I do leave my van there when we travel out of town. I do leave my van at Eldad's house. He's the one that has the White Westie. I love these guys on here. Glendon Jones, thanks for being part of the live chat here, man. Go tend to that crying baby. Thanks for the good feedback. Appreciate it. Ethan, how did I decide on a 91 Westie? Um, Gosh, let's see. That's the one that came up on Craigslist and that I found was a great deal. I wanted something that was like 86 and newer. 86 is kind of when they went to the gray interior rather than the brown. They had the 2.1 liter water boxer in there, stuff like that. So I wanted 86 and newer, and 91 was the last year they made it. That was just the one that came up on Craigslist, and it had everything I wanted. So that's how I ended up with that. TRD Lifestyle. Also, could you do some shirts or hoodies that say the van life? Yes, that that is in the works. I've been spending a lot of time working on that. In fact, this afternoon, working on getting that all set up. We're going to do a pre-sale of some Living the Van Life t-shirts. We're going to open up the pre-sale for about a week and get you guys to put some orders in. That way we get an idea of what kind of inventory we're going to need. And then at the end of that week, we're going to order the t-shirts, do the printing, get those shipped off to you guys. So that is coming up very soon. And as soon as that happens, I'll be creating a video doing some announcements when those t-shirts are going to be available. So that is coming up soon for sure. Joe Chill. Okay, time to brew up some tea. That's right. It is tea season. I've been enjoying myself quite a bit of tea here lately. It's good for sure. Glad to see other people are doing it. TRD Lifestyle. Can't wait. I will support. Yes, that is cool. I appreciate that. I think you guys will be pretty stoked on the design for it too. But we'll get that all done up and we'll show that to you guys when we do the announcement. Ethan asked, what would your next van be? My next van, I would say, would definitely be, as soon as I can afford it, when I can find the budget for it, I would definitely love to get into a four-wheel drive Sprinter van. I think that would be the ultimate. After spending time with Eldad's van, his van isn't built out into any sort of camper van at this point. His is still just a blank van. But the amount of space that's in there, I think would be phenomenal. It'd be like living in an apartment after living in a Volkswagen. The Volkswagen, what I fear about giving up on the Volkswagen is how nimble and capable of off-road it is. Even just being a two-wheel drive Volkswagen, how compact it is. The turning radius is very sharp. They're really nimble when it comes to off-road stuff. So getting into a Sprinter van, I would have a hard time giving all of that up. But what you make up for in reliability and space when it comes to living in a van, then I think it would pay off. Definitely, it'd be worth the risk. TRD Lifestyle. So you need a 4x4 Sprinter like Talon Sai. Yes, that's cool. You follow Talon. I actually know Talon. I got to meet him last year, and we hung out for a couple days and did some YouTube videos when he was up here in this area. And I've seen that he's got a 4x4 Sprinter van. So super cool that he's gotten into that. But yes, the 4x4 would be pretty cool. Definitely. John Bass, ever try Admiral's Tea? I haven't actually tried that. I'm not too familiar with that. I like the idea with the tea and the whiskey there. Major Gamer 01, so I'm guessing you're not in your van. No, I am not in my van currently at this very moment. I still live in my van. I spend every single night in it. But right now I am in my office slash edit studio spot. This is the spot where I sit and I edit all my van life videos. Eldad and I have this office space together for our Emanates productions. So this is our little headquarters where we work out of. TRD Lifestyle, what about a lift on the van? On the Sprinter van, yes, definitely. A 4x4 Sprinter van, I would definitely want the biggest lift possible with tires. I absolutely love going off road, getting into extreme situations, especially in a van that you live in and you've got everything that you need to survive. So, if I'm going to upgrade to any van bigger than that, it's got to be capable of getting into some serious situations. Like, I'm talking like multi-continent expeditions that I want to do, like long term. So having a van capable of that is is definitely something that I'm aiming for. Ethan says, if you won the lottery, would I still live in a van? Yes, absolutely, I would. Um, I would indeed. It would still be a huge part of my life. I might invest in some property somewhere that was like very, very special to me, and probably invest in a workshop to where I could build the van and work on the van and maybe have kind of a temporary spot there. But I think having a van that's capable of getting out on some serious expeditions, and if I could um, just live in my van, making a living off of traveling and creating content, and that'd be actually pretty cool to make a full time living doing that. And if I won the lottery, heck yeah, I'd still do it for sure. I don't live in my van right now because I'm poor and I can't afford anything else. I live in my van because of the freedom that it provides me and the opportunities that it provides me, so that I'm not stuck to working the full time life. I'm sorry, the full time job that holds you down. Um, TRD lifestyle. If you are in Washington and you run across me, definitely say hi for sure. I always welcome when people see my van. It's very recognizable. I get people coming up to me all the time, recognizing me from YouTube. So I definitely welcome that. I'd be stoked to meet people. Ricky J Sports. Does Chad live in his van regularly? Yes, I live in my van every single day that I am here in town. A lot of the work that we do and doing the cinematography and the film production that we do, we travel. And so when I'm out of town, obviously I'm in hotels and stuff like that. But anytime that I'm here in town, I am sleeping in my van. In the last 365 days, I think I've maybe been out of town for 2 to 3 months of that time. And every other bit of that has been in the van. So, yes, I live in my van full time regularly. Can you get internet into my van? Yes, I do hotspot with my mobile device to get internet in my van. But honestly, everything I do is right here on my phone. So of course, we all know that that we've got internet right there on the phone. So let's see. What's my views on the 2020 presidential election? You know what? I don't even bother getting involved in politics. I don't believe in politics. That's the way I stand with it. I think people let it consume too much of their lives, and I think it's ridiculous. So I stay out of politics. I hate to be that way, but that's the way I believe. Kelly Jones, I've been watching you since you had 10,000 subscribers. You are the original van lifer. What are your next adventures? Kelly Jones, that is very, very cool to see that you've been with me for that long. That's cool. Um, yeah, gosh, I think we're approaching 93,000 subscribers. A year ago, when I got back from Australia, the subscriber count was at like 21,000. So to see the growth in 1 year up to 90,000, we're super stoked. Next adventures, well, I'm pretty much locked down here in Bellingham working on the film until I get that done. Once the film is done, then I don't know. It's time to look and explore what the options are after that. After seeing the potential in the Live in the Van Life channel and the amount of subscribers that are coming board, really opens up a lot of opportunities. So my goal in the meantime, while I am focusing on the film, my goal is to try and capitalize on the success of the Live in the Van Life YouTube channel and see what kind of future that can provide. There's a lot of people that have really, really good success with making a career out of YouTube, and I think that would be my ultimate goal. And seeing the success that the channel has had recently, it's been very promising that that could turn into the future. So I really want to explore the future on that. So, but in the meantime, making more winter van life videos coming up. that's my um that's my short term goal coming up. So, let's see. Anthony Hensel. Sorry if some of these last names, I'm sorry if I mispronounce. Anthony, I love your videos. They're still entertaining. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. Totally cool. Kristen Galdamez, I really appreciate how you engage and interact with your subscribers. Not a lot of people do that. That's really cool, Chad. Keep doing what you're doing. Thanks. I really appreciate it. I'm really trying hard to keep up with that. And of course, with every single subscriber that comes on board, that's more to tend to, but I still go out of my way to try hard and spend time interacting with the subscribers. After all, it's the relationships that you develop that really lend to the success of anything. So I really believe in that, and that's what I aim to do. John Bass, how long have I lived in Bellingham? I was born and raised here. I moved here with my family in 1990 when I was 10 years old and have been here ever since. So, not originally from here, but I've been here long enough to where I feel like I'm from here. TRD Lifestyle, do you have a P.O. box to send stuff to? Actually, that is true. That is something that I've been wanting to do, and I thought about that yesterday, that I want to put a P.O. box down so that people can send me stuff. I hear a lot of other YouTubers that are getting stuff from subscribers, and I feel like I'm kind of missing out on that. So I'm going to start including a P.O. box to where you guys can send stuff to, which would be cool. Another cool way of interacting with you guys. I'll put the PO box here in the comments. There you go. PO box. Guys, send me some stuff. I don't know what you guys got to send, but send it. Start to check it out. Let's see. Sorry, I'll scroll back up here and see what I missed. Chad, are you coming to Europe one day? Yes, I've actually been to Europe quite a few times. A lot of the work that we've done in the past with our film production company has been over in Europe. I have been to Spain a whole bunch of times, France, Portugal, UK, Italy, stuff like that. So, never do know exactly when we're going over there, but a lot of times we get the phone call last minute and we're headed over to Europe somewhere. So yes, have been, do make it over there frequently. I don't know if I'll be over there to do any van life stuff, but I do make it over there. Oh, let's see. Major Gamer, can you run a gaming PC in a van? Yes, you could. Totally could. I don't know what it takes to run an actual like gaming PC, but yeah, you can run inverters and battery banks and all sorts of stuff. So totally cool. Frederick Wittenberg from Brewster, New York. Thank you for the comment. Love how informative your videos are, and grateful for you sharing your life with us. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Frederick. I really appreciate that. TRD, nice man. Got a box of goodies your way soon. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's cool. Stoked on that. My other vehicle, I actually, you guys probably never even catch a glimpse of that, but I do have a 2005 Toyota 4Runner that is my second vehicle. I've had it for several years, and it just stays parked here at the office. And but yeah, I love my Toyota 4Runner. So I'm assuming your TRD lifestyle is all about Toyota racing development. So definitely love my my 4Runner and any Toyotas for that matter. Do I have a comms system in the van? That's a good question. What do you mean by comm system? In what manner? Like a CB radio? I do have a CB radio in my van, if that's what you mean. Let's see. The Inquisitor. Say my name, Heisenberg. Heisenberg. There you go. Major Gamer, you should do a whole new tour of your van for a vid because I can't find where you did a tour. Actually, if you go back four videos, 4 videos ago, I did a tour of my van. So you'll find an in-depth tour of my van there. Just go back, like I said, 4 videos ago, you'll find it. Oh, let's see. Keith Messer, hi from Australia. What's up? Great to hear from you from Australia. It's cool hearing from people all around the world here on the channel. That's one thing I can't ever get enough of is how much reach this channel actually gets to people. And of course, as the subscriber base grows and grows, then of course it gets more reach around the globe. So that's pretty cool. TRD, yes, CB, but what about longer distance system? I would love to have a longer distance communication system in the van. The CB, I feel, is good. It's very limited. I would love to have something that could get longer. So if anybody's got any suggestions on that, I'd love to explore those options because I think it is definitely important to have that communication, especially getting out into the backcountry and stuff like that. John Bass, do I have any tattoos? Yes. I got a full sleeve of tattoos and stuff everywhere. I do. Eric, been watching for a while. Really enjoy your work. Thanks, Eric. I really appreciate that. I need your help, Frank. How is Anne in a van doing? Anne is doing good. She is hauling ass with work back home in the Sunshine Coast of Australia. She's been super busy with work and unfortunately hasn't had the chance to make it over here for any more van life stuff. But I was over there about a month ago, spent a few weeks with her over there in the Sunshine Coast, so she is doing good. Roberto Ruiz, 144 inch, 170 or plus 170 for van life. That's a bit of a battle. Eldad's van is a 144. It's a great size, but I think for a living type situation, I think I would really enjoy the 170, even though I'm going to lose some maneuverability when it comes to off road stuff. But gosh, that space of the 170 in a living type scenario, because my ultimate goal is to be able to do some like longer expedition type stuff in the van. And gosh, just having that extra space of the 170, I think would be really great. Let's see. Acoustics. Would you recommend the van life to everyone? I think it's a great experience. I think it's something that everybody could learn something from. Is van life for everybody? No, not necessarily. But I do think that van life is something that everybody could learn from. It's taught me so much about life and everything in that manner. So can it? I think everybody could do it. You just have to adjust your mind to wanting that and thinking that way. So I think everybody could do it. Absolutely. Um, but it's just it's a matter of changing your way of thinking, and that's really what it takes to live the van life. But I think everybody could learn something from it, and I would recommend that everybody at least try it, even if it's for a month. Like it's crazy what you can learn from it. I think there's very valuable lessons to be had from it for sure. Keeter Skeeter, I feel stuck and depressed. Sorry for the repeat message. I would like to know how to start traveling. Do you have any suggestions? Well, you know, for me to make this adjustment in my life, I was working construction for, oh gosh, 18 years of my life before I finally pulled the plug and decided that it was time that I do something. And it's not something that you just wake up one day and you be like, okay, I'm going to change my life today. It's it's a whole process, and you have to start somewhere, and it takes time. So if you start developing the frame of mind that you want to do something different with your life, and you start seeking out ways that you can simplify your life, first off, like figuring out how to get rid of debt. If you've got payments on cars or trucks or toys or houses that are over the top, start weeding those out. Start coming up with a plan of how you can simplify your life and open up more freedom. And I think I started maybe subconsciously about a year before I actually took the leap of faith into living in my van. And I just started downgrading all the stuff in my life. I got rid of my big truck payment. I got rid of stuff, and I just started setting up my life for where I wanted it to be. And it's a process. Even once I actually made the decision to live in my van, even once you step into that, it's a whole nother process after that. So it's just ever evolving. I don't think it's something that you can start, you make the decision one morning, like, okay, I'm going to live in my van, and by tomorrow you're living in it. It takes time, and you have to have your eye set on the goal that you want for yourself, and you just got to start picking at things to work your way into that. And everybody can do it. And with living in a van, that allows you the freedom to be able to travel. I mean, with travel, you need money to survive, first off. So the number one reason why people can't travel is because they got to work so that they can make the money to fulfill their lifestyle. Well, when you're working full time, you can't travel. So if you start deciding that you want to open up more of that freedom, then decide that you want to travel more and get rid of the debt so you can work less and invest the money into things that you want to do. And starting van life is a great way to be able to do that. So, anyways, hopefully that all made sense. I kind of went off on that for a while, but that's the way I feel is if you start developing your frame of mind into what you want, then you can start working on it. TRD lifestyle. Get a Dometic fridge for the van. It's small but good. I have one for the overlanding camping. That's awesome to hear. Dometic is something that actually I've been looking into and considering. I actually was looking at those yesterday, and it's something that I'd like to get into. Perhaps there's an opportunity for a brand deal there with them and getting them some exposure on van life, because I feel like that is a tool that I could really sink my teeth into. I could really grow a liking to it, and I think it's something that could help me out. Which, if I can, if I can, if I can get into something like that and create more content, then it's good for everybody. Sorry, I get on talking and then I read something in the comments and I lose my frame of mind, so I get distracted. Um, John Bass, will you give a shout out to my girl Justina? Justina, what's up? John says he wants me to give you a shout out. So here's a shout out to Justina. Some of these comments are ridiculous. Keeter Skeeter, hey man, you know what? I really hope that it's something that helps out. I have small student loans, but you're right. It's a process. It definitely is. And you just have to sit down and have a conversation with yourself and decide what you want for yourself because you've got one life to live and you just got to decide how you want to live it. And you're in control of your destiny, you're in control of your reality. And so, you can bend your reality and make it whatever you want. So, develop the frame of mind and set your sights on what you really want and set yourself up for some freedom, financial freedom, and you can get places that way. Let's see. Catherine M. My concern is how will I earn some income on the road? Well, that's a good question. Of course, that's everybody's concern, and I think there again, it's starting to change your frame of mind and your thinking, the way you think about income. And I think everybody's always looking for the permanent job and the oh sorry my mind's going so many different places that it's hard to focus on it, but everybody's looking for the stable job. And I think when you're traveling on the road, if you look for the opportunities of where you can come in and you can spend a month or 2 months or 3 months or heck for that matter 6 months working even in a temporary job, something that maybe you would never even think of doing. Maybe it's a temporary job for the Forest Service somewhere cool that you wanted to visit, and you can stay there and you can live in your van or your travel trailer or whatever it is that you desire, and you can try out that job for a month or 2 months, and when that's up, then move on, travel for another month, and seek out the next temporary job. I've always thought that would be cool, and what an experience where you can get to try different things, different jobs, trying different things, try something you never would try normally. So there's those options. But then, like with me and being able to develop this platform here on YouTube, um, for anybody that's interested in being creative with their travels and documenting their travels. I mean, I love getting out with a camera and documenting what I'm doing. Um, Thankfully, that's kind of what I do for a living as a documentary filmmaker. So it kind of comes naturally to me. But I have this YouTube channel that I've built over the years that can be my income while I'm on the road when I get to that point. So for anybody that's interested in even dabbling in that, I know a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't know what to do with the camera, or I'm not good in front of the camera." If you guys go all the way to the very first video that I put on this channel, I was not good in front of a camera. I'm still not good in front of the camera, but you just grow confidence in yourself to know that you know what, people are following this channel because of who you are. And if you're just real with your subscribers um, and real with your audience, then you'd be really surprised on who would follow you. So for anybody that's interested in starting a YouTube channel of their travels and they want to seek out that, it takes time to build it, but honestly, that's a great way of developing an income while you're out traveling, is share your travel experiences with everybody else. And I just looked over here in the comments and I see Joey Rideout, my dude. Joey Rideout in the house. Big shout out to Joey. Joey's a really, really good friend. And you guys have seen him several times here on the Living the Van Life channel. He's another fellow van traveler, and we go camping, old JoJo. So stoked to see him here in the chat rooms. TRD lifestyle, yes, definitely developing some brand relationships with this channel because of the platform that it's developed has been on my forefront. So definitely looking for every opportunity to capitalize on that. And I think the channel's getting to the point to where it's got an attractive amount of subscribers to um, where it can be useful. And I know of people, subscribers, and other YouTube viewers are really, really sensitive when it comes to like, oh, now it's just a commercial, and I don't. That's always been my biggest challenge is wanting to create content um, that shows people the products that I use, but without it actually being a commercial, and that's a fine line to walk. But nonetheless, I think the style of videos that I've been working on here um, would really be a great use to brands and getting them exposure just by naturally using the products in my scenarios. So Randall Power says hashtag Joey Rideout. Definitely hashtag Joey Rideout. Hashtag JoJo. Hashtag Rideout. Hashtag Joey. Yes. There we go. Bam. Let's see. YouTube be dude. Sup, Chad? You're the OG van dweller on YouTube. that's funny. I think it's crazy to go back and think of the original videos back in the day. And I actually, the crazy thing, truth be told, I was yesterday morning. I woke up and I was doing some stuff on YouTube, and I don't know how I came across it, but I started wondering about Kyle Pounds and what he's been up to. And I'm sure there's got to be somebody in the 173 people that are watching this live chat right now that remember who Kyle Pounds is. Because Kyle Pounds was one of the first 3 people that I found on YouTube that was actually living in his van. And so I went back and watched some of his old videos, and it really reminded me of the time that I spent on YouTube and where I developed my inspiration and realizing that living in a van was actually possible. And it was definitely cool going back and seeing those videos. But good old Kyle Pounds, he was one of definitely the OGs before this OG was around. So TRD Lifestyle is seeking sponsors like Max Powell's. What is Max Powell? Are you talking about Max Tracks or Max? I'm not familiar with Max Powell's. Look at JoJo getting the freaking hashtags. Hashtag those blue eyes. Make a live stream video of you cooking in the van. That's a good idea, actually. That's one thing I need to explore is doing doing live chats or live streams with the phone. I see that it's possible, but I'm curious what that experience would be like. I don't know if I just set the phone up. I don't know. I have to try that. But yeah, that's a great idea. Do a live stream while I'm cooking. But see, then I couldn't edit it, because then you guys would see how bad of a cook I really am. The fact that I'm actually able to edit my cooking videos, then it makes me look like I know what I'm doing more than I actually do, because I really don't know what I'm doing when it comes to cooking. I just do the simple shit that looks good on camera. Instant access. Have I ever winter camped out here in Utah? No, but I would love to, because I know Utah gets some pretty crazy weather in the wintertime. If I could go anywhere where there's crazy weather, I'd be all over it. But right now, budget and this documentary film is a limiting factor. My ultimate goal at some point would be to be traveling long term, be on the road creating content on a regular basis while on the road. That's the long term goal. I think it would be pretty cool for van life. Forgive me for not knowing, but whatever happened to Kyle Pounds? He still does. There again, I kind of got lost down the rabbit hole of watching Kyle Pound stuff, but he still does stuff on a YouTube channel. If you look up Kyle Pounds, like he's doing stuff. It's definitely a lot different than what it used to be. It's quite interesting, but yeah. Let's see. TRD at Max Powell channel. He is a Washington guy. Also, lots of cool stuff. But his channel and yours remind me a lot of each other with the realness. Max Powell. I'm gonna have to check that out. Max Powell. Let's see here. Sorry, guys. I'm just jumping over here. So I've got this. Oh, yeah. Nice. Cool. I'm going to subscribe to that. Definitely got to check that out. Max Powell. Colorado. We did a film job in Colorado back in July. We filmed some stuff for Indian Motorcycle over there. And that was my first time like being in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. We were on the west side of Colorado, up around Ridgeway and Ouray. And I tell you what, that place is like my new next go to destination, because Ridgeway and south of there, up into Ouray and beyond, down into Silverton. Are you kidding me? That is like the Overlander 4-wheel drive trail off grid paradise there. I really can't wait to go back there and spend some time up in that territory. It's pretty unbelievable up there. Dre Yofo, what up, LTLV, LTVL? From the Res, your bushcraft vid was cool, yo. Thanks, man. I've really been enjoying the bushcraft stuff. Honestly, like my pastime is sitting and watching bushcraft content. I absolutely love it. I think what Joe Robinette does, he's got himself a pretty cool thing going on there, and I really enjoy it. I found a lot of inspiration. You know what? Another cool one is My Self Reliance. You guys got to go on and check out his channel. The guy, like, I sat and watched like an hour and a half long video of My Self Reliance and him building this cabin. And there's no talking. There's very, very minimal music, and it's all like locked off shots of this guy. And he starts with a blank piece of property, and over the hour and a half, you see the 2 years of time unfold as he builds this cabin from hand using hand tools, no power tools. And you just see it all come together. And I was like completely blown away by it. And so that's My Self Reliance. That's pretty cool. TRD lifestyle, like definitely, man. Thanks for the feedback. Thanks for the recommendation on the channel. I'll definitely be checking that out. And let me know if you have any thoughts on potential sponsors or brand deals to work with. I think it's good stuff. Christian, hey Chad, I haven't really done a lot of hiking, so I really want to get into it. Any beginner's tips? Gosh, you know what? I'm not a huge hiker as it is either, but I have started to enjoy more hiking because of the fishing. The fishing has gotten me out and given me a reason to go hiking. I think really like starting off with something that you want to go explore. If you've got a reason to want to see what's down at the end of the trail, like for me, and the third video ago when me and Jaden went up to Bear Paw Mountain Lake, like I was really excited to go try some alpine fishing, and that's what was my motivation to get me to go hike. And so finding something that you want to explore, something that you want to go do. That was the thing about with photography as well, is like photography got me out there hiking. But yeah, get yourself a good pair of hiking boots, get yourself some light gear, and start out small. Go explore. It's a good way to get hiking. Oh, yes. I'm going to have to start winding her down here after a bit, guys. getting late over here on my end. George Fenrick, yes, I think you left a comment about that. Could I get a RV up to Bear Paw Lake? No, not at least in the situation where I was in here a couple months ago. Me and Jaden actually did that trip in July, and the road was overgrown. My van is really narrow and compact, and I was driving through bushes that were scraping down the side of my van. The end of the road is really grown over at the end. There'd be, I mean, it depends on how big your RV is, but I don't think you'd get it up there. I didn't. Eldad was asking if he could get a Sprinter van up there, and I told him that I wouldn't push it because it would just scratch the hell out of it. So getting up to Bear Paw Lake in an RV, I don't think would be too possible. Chris Kehoe. Let's see. John Goodbreak says my buddy Chris Kehoe lives up in Bellingham. I don't know Chris, but a friend of mine knows Chris. I think he's another Volkswagen van guy, if I'm recollecting correctly. So I know of him. I don't know him personally, but yeah. Let's see. Hey, Kristen, sounds like you're taking off. Yeah, man, glad to have you on board here on the live stream. Glad you were able to hang out and we were able to chat. So take care. Have a good night. Ghost Wolf Art, good to see you, and I watch your videos. Thumbs up. Hey, thanks, Ghost Wolf Art. I really appreciate it. Stoked to have you on board. Really appreciate it. Dan Matthew, which wood stove would you recommend? I guess that depends. If you're looking at a wood stove as like a fire pit, I'm actually working on developing a relationship with a company called Solo Stove, and they make a couple different products. They're all wood powered, but they make the tiny, small little cook stoves that would be similar to a jet boil, but rather than being butane powered or gas powered, it's actually powered by wood. You just put twigs in it. So Solo Stove, they have anywhere from these little guys, these little canisters that you could put a small pan on top of and cook with wood, or they go all the way up to these big, like giant, like fire pits. Check out Solo Stove. If that's what you mean by a wood stove, check that out. If you're looking for one for heat, like a furnace, let's see. U.S. stove is better or winter well? Thank you so much for your response. Yeah, I'm not familiar with those other ones. I came across Solo Stove, and they look like they got some cool products, and they're working on promoting their product, and felt like that'd be a good relationship for living the van life. So, anyways, but I'll check out the U.S. stoves and the winter wells. Check those out. Daniel Blank, have you ever checked out Sierra Nevada? I've been on the east side of Sierras. I haven't spent much time up in the mountains. I've just done a road trip through there where I've just driven through a couple of the days. But yeah. John Bass, do you have a brother named Chris? I do. That is my brother Chris. John Fenrick, I have old RVs, so the sides are no big thing. So I guess I just mount two chains. Let's see. Two chainsaws on the front bumpers and cut my way through. I mean, it's not heavy brush. I guess the road would allow you to get up there. There was a big tree down across, and people had cut like big tree. Like this tree was like massive, big around. And there was a tree down across the road, and they'd cut a swath through it, and my van barely made it through. So, that's probably gone by now, but yeah, I don't know. It's part of going up there and exploring. Go check it out. Thanks, Dan Matthew. Appreciate you being part of the live stream. Glad I could answer some questions for you. TRD, where did the dent come from in your van? Because I noticed it in a couple of videos. Was it bought with the van? Gosh, my whole van is all dented up. There's dents all over the place, but there's a big dent on the back corner. Um, so I got hit. I don't know. It was a hit and run. Somebody swiped it with a trailer, almost looked like an equipment trailer or something like that. But what's the girl's name with the black hat? Not sure what girl's name with the black hat you're referring to. John Bass. So do you know Dubs? I don't know anybody by the name of Dubs. Maybe they go by a different name that I might know him by. Kevin McKinnon. Hi from Nova Scotia, Canada. What's up, Kevin? And Will Browse. Huge hello from the UK. Love your videos, dude. Yeah, I think everybody on the European side up in the UK is starting to wake up. I know it's still probably pretty early for them over there. John Bass, Brent Robinson. Um, no, that name doesn't sound familiar. Hello, chat and streamer from Russia. Cool to hear from people all the way from Russia. That's pretty sweet. John Goodbreak, how have I ever drank dry fly whiskey? I have not. I've seen it on the shelf, but I never have actually tried it. Wouldn't mind doing it. Hello from Philippines. I enjoy watching your van life videos. Travel safe. That's cool. I do get quite a bit of feedback from the Philippines, so that's cool to know that the content makes it all the way into those areas. Pretty sweet. So, how much did it cost for a custom remake of your van? That's from Brandon. Let's see, Brandon. You know what? That's really impossible to put a full number on that. Really, it doesn't really like just pan out into numbers because I did all the work myself. So it's really impossible to like calculate the amount of money. If I would have paid a shop to do it, it probably would have been $20,000 or $30,000 worth of stuff. But because I did all the work myself, it didn't cost me that much. But so it's hard to say. Ethan asks, "What do you do in your free time in the van?" You know what? I don't really just sit and chill in the van. Um, I usually spend most of my time outside the van filming or working on other projects or working on YouTube stuff. Um, Really, the time that I spend in my van is in the evenings getting ready for bed. And if I'm ever in the van just sitting and chilling, it's usually I've got YouTube going, watching some YouTube videos, um, or anything like that. So Joey Rideout, hashtag JoJo says, "What got you into fly fishing and why did you fall for it so hard?" That's a good question. I grew up as a kid fishing, never really fly fished as a kid, but definitely with my family and my dad, we spent a lot of time trout fishing um, in New Mexico. And the trout fishing in the mountains around New Mexico is really great fishing, really great trout fishing. So I grew up loving that and enjoy catching it. And so I learned about it that way. And when we moved up here to the Pacific Northwest, the trout fishing was a lot different. We kind of fell out of it as a family. But I got to the point where I decided that I liked to catch fish, but I didn't like fishing. I didn't like just sitting there with a bobber in the water and waiting for a fish to swim by and like perhaps grab your bait. So I always kind of had that attitude that, well, catching fish is cool, but I just don't like fishing. So I just never really got into it. And JoJo and Eldad have been, they were fly fishing last fall, and I went with them on a couple trips catching as they were fishing, and I tried it a few times, and one thing led to another, and I did more and more of it and realized that it was something that I actually really enjoyed. And it's become an escape from the daily grind of working on the movie and all the stress of trying to get that project done. And the fly fishing got me back out, um, trying something different, getting my mind off of the movie and other things. And so it became very meditative. And I've really enjoyed it. And fly fishing is totally different because it's a totally different ball game. It's you're constantly learning, you're constantly trying new things. You're never just sitting there with a bobber in the water waiting for a fish to swim by. So I love how involved it is and what a kind of what an art it is. So I've really enjoyed that. Sorry, Jojo. Hashtag Jojo. Got off on a tangent on that one. TRD lifestyle. Yes, I agree. Catch, clean, and cook videos would be a good addition for living the van life. That is actually something that we have considered. I'm not a huge fish eater. Um, as a kid, we used to catch the trout and cook them and stuff, and I was never a big fan then. Of course, I feel like I've got a much more open mind to things like that now, so I'd like to try it again. With fly fishing, we've always, especially with the trout and some of the trout streams and stuff like that, we've been all about the catch and release. But I think doing some catch and cook videos, kind of there again, lending more towards that survival stuff and the bushcraft stuff, a catch and cook would be a cool video. So we've been looking for the opportunity to do that. And as soon as we find that opportunity in a stream that we're fishing, we're definitely going to do that. And you're right. I think it would definitely lend to the style of videos that I'm really aiming towards these days. Steve Alley, what do you want people to take away from your adventure and journey? And I think that's a very good question. And that's something that I should always be thinking about. So I appreciate that question. It's a good, challenging question. And I think for the most part, I want people to take away come away from watching my videos with the inspiration of getting out there and trying something new and perhaps looking at life outside the box and taking a different approach to life. And that's why I started living in the van in the first place. And that's what I took from van life is the fact that what kind of freedoms you can open up for yourself by taking a leap of faith, living life outside the box. And that's why I started my YouTube channel in the very first place, was to give back to the community that got me into it. The people who inspired me to live in the van, and van life taught me so much about life itself. And so the whole reason I started the channel was so that I could give back to the community and help inspire other people. And at that point, there was 50 people following me when I started that, if that. I mean, I started it with nothing. And so to have nearly 93,000 subscribers and rapidly growing, um, it's pretty cool to see it all come together. So I really hope that people find the inspiration to maybe think about their life a little differently and think outside the box and push themselves to go try something different. So hopefully that answers the question. Jeff Seeger, love your outlook, bro. Remember my name. We're going to be boys soon. Okay. Jeff Seeger. I got it right here. DJ Light Beats. Keep doing live streams again, Chad. Definitely. I enjoy the live streams. Do I have Major Gamer? Do I have donation? Yes. I have links to PayPal. In fact, like, you guys can do super chats right here in the live chat. The little dollar signs down there allows you to donate to it. Your little name stays highlighted and it goes by. So, but yeah, in the description below my videos, there's a link to my PayPal account and a link to my Patreon account. So there's ways for people to be able to donate to the channel, which is always cool. I appreciate it. I put a lot of work into these videos. Most of the time, these videos end up costing me money. And every once in a while, if one of the videos goes viral, then I end up making some money back. But definitely cool to have the donations come through. Helps me keep going. Joey Rideout. Joey Rideout with the $5. Dog, man, you crazy. You know what? I tell you what. I'm going to take that $5. I'm going to buy you a drink with it. Let's hang out soon, Jojo. And yes, I miss you, bro. I texted you the other day, but you must have been too busy behind that bus driving wheel. Anyways, Jojo, thanks much, dude. Thanks for the $5. Next time we hang out, I'm buying you a drink. Love you too, bro. Tell Micaiah hi for me. Map 1086. I do my best to make your videos go viral. You know what? I really appreciate that. And honestly, like, oh, Jojo, phone broke. Of course your phone broke. Anyways, back to Map 1086. I do my best to make your videos go viral. And honestly, like, I owe it all to you guys and the subscribers and the people who watch my videos that the success of the videos is all because of you guys watching, liking, commenting, sharing, all of that stuff. That is honestly what makes these videos get out there to the masses. And that's why I always try to close the video with my appreciation for your guys' support and reminding you guys to like and share and subscribe and comment, because all of that goes into the stats. And the more stats that YouTube sees come through on a video, then YouTube takes those and shows them to the masses. So thank you to you guys for all your help and helping these videos go viral. So that's cool. Kenny asks, where did I get this hat? This is a Sims hat. Sims is a fly fishing company. I think this hat came from Amazon, but fly fishing, Sims. But for those of you that have maybe joined the chat late, we've got some merchandise coming out for Living the Van Life. So you guys have seen in videos past where I've got the flag hat, and we're developing a Living the Van Life hat that's very similar to that. And we're going to make available here on that. We're going to do a run of t-shirts to help fund that and launch the rest of the merchandise that we've got planned. But that's coming soon. So really hoping that you guys are into that and getting some van life t-shirts. We're going to have those available on my website, which is livingthevanlife.com. And yeah, so super stoked to share that with you guys. Chancer 620, my gosh, with a $15 donation on a super chat. That's super awesome. Great channel, great content. Happy to support. Miss my 89 Westphalia. Chancer 620, I really appreciate the $15 donation rather. And yeah, well, hopefully watching my videos with the Westphalia helps suffice that craving of your 89 Westphalia. Hopefully, you can live vicariously through my 91 Westphalia. Thanks again. I really appreciate that. That's very generous of you. Um, TRD lifestyle. Do I own a drone? I have to say the video quality is getting better and better. Yes, I do own a drone. With our film production company, all the work that we do, drones is a very big part of the production that we do. So we've been flying drones for that for the last, gosh, really, I think the first drone I got was in 2013. And so drones have been a big part of what we do. Um, for van life, I carry with me in the van, it's a little Mavic Air, which those things are literally folded up about this and they fit in a pocket. They're super compact. It's super great for van life. And quite honestly, I'm really blown away by the video quality that's coming out of such a small, compact drone. So all of the aerial shots that you guys have been seeing in the recent videos have all been from that Mavic Air. And it's just a great way to show the area. It's like no other. And I really try to take the time to stop and get get the get the drone out and get those shots, because I feel like that just really ups the value of the production. Major Gamer 01. If you sent $100, all that would go to you, correct? Like none to YouTube. Unfortunately, YouTube does keep a portion of the money that you guys send through Super Chat. So not all of it goes um, to me myself. So YouTube does keep a slice of that, unfortunately, but it's convenient for you guys here. If you wanted something that it all goes directly, all the proceeds go directly to the channel, then probably the PayPal is the best to use. That's what would get it all get it all to me. Gary D with a $5 donation. Thank you so much. This is awesome that you guys are doing this. Very, very generous. Gary D says, love your stuff. Please mention Simply Lessa. Simply Lessa. So is that Simply Lessa, Simply Lisa? She has a YouTube channel. She lives in her van and can use help. She is genuine and a senior to boot. Thanks. That is very cool. I love seeing the older generation reaching out on YouTube, and there's been several people that I see. Lessa. Gary D says Lessa again. Lesa. So that's cool. I think that's cool to be able to support that. And Gary D, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Everybody go check out Simply Lessa on YouTube and check out her van stuff. That's cool. George Fenrick, send money via PayPal. You know, if you guys are interested, I can shoot the link to PayPal over on the live chat here, since there's people asking about it. There's a link to the PayPal if anybody's interested, since you guys were asking about it. I don't feel like I need to always be putting that out there and asking for people, but since people are asking, there you go. Major Gamer, you're asking again. Wait, so if I sent $100, how much would you get? I don't remember the percentage. It's actually, I don't know. I think YouTube keeps like 5 or 8% of it, something like that. It's a little steep, I guess, but they are providing the platform to make it easy. So, but whichever. If anybody's interested, there's the PayPal. That 100% of it on PayPal goes to me. So. TP creeping. LL. So basically give money to talk. No, that's not the only way that you can get me to talk. It highlights it so I see it and it's there. So, but no, I try to read all the comments. They come through really quick. I try to get everybody. If I don't answer your question, just pop it up there again, and hopefully I'll see it. So, um, Daryl Wolves, hello from Sydney, Australia. I spent 3 months in Sydney. I really, really like Sydney. I think that is a very cool town. I really enjoyed my time there, and yeah, I love it there. It's very cool. Flight Path, I just discovered you tonight. Curious what all your topics cover and what you do. Haven't checked your other videos yet. Yeah, so basically here on Living the Van Life channel, I create content all about living and traveling in my Volkswagen van. Um, I try to make it informational. I try to make it adventurous. I try to give you guys the experience of what it's like living in a van so you guys can live vicariously through that. But hopefully trying to provide you guys inspiration of getting out there and living a freer life by living in a van, living a minimalistic life. So, anyways, definitely check out the other videos on the channel. Hopefully, find some inspiration in there. Steve Alley says, "What are your biggest takeaways from your journey? Not doing it soon enough, etc., etc." I think my biggest takeaway is just the fact of the freedom that it can open up. The fact that you are in control of your own destiny. I wanted to make some changes to my life when I took on this journey, and I have to say that I'm very thankful for the um, I'm very thankful for the opportunity and the lessons that it's taught me. Um, Taught me that I can be in control of something that is my own, and that's running and operating this channel. Sorry, and yeah, so all of being able to run this channel. Sorry, other comments are coming through. I'm trying to like multitask here. Um, but one of the biggest takeaways is that you can be in control of your own destiny and in control of your reality. And a lot of that has come from being able to grow this channel and putting the time into it and getting the feedback out of the channel. So all the hard work that I put into it, being able to get it back with comments and all the interaction with subscribers, I think that's great. So hopefully that answers your question. Sorry, that might have got off on a little bit more of a tangent, but hopefully. TP Creepin', dude, you're awesome in the videos, but a dick in real life. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, cool, cool. Chancer 620, do I have merch? That's actually been one of the big conversations here in the live stream tonight. Yes, merch is coming. Been working on developing some Living the Van Life t-shirts that we're going to do a pre-sale on here very soon, and we're going to open that up for about a week and get your guys' pre-sale orders in so that we know what kind of quantities we need to start off with, and get those taken care of, and then we'll roll that into a full inventory of other products like hoodies, hats, and whatever else we can come up with. So we're hoping to get that launched. Let's see. TP creeping, man. He is just hard on it. Sorry to disappoint you, bro. Steve Alley says, need ice in my drink. Nothing like a little bit of whiskey neat. Major Gamer, wait, so all of the money goes to you in PayPal? Yes. With PayPal donations, all of that goes to, all those proceeds go to me, myself, without anybody taking a percentage of that. TRD lifestyle. All right, Chad, I'm out of here, brother. Getting late for me. I'll keep an eye out for the shirt, but really want a hoodie with an outline of the van that has hashtag van life. Thanks, man. Fun hanging out with you tonight, and we'll definitely be keeping you posted when those shirts come out. So definitely, thanks for hanging out tonight, dude. Ashfield. Not sure if I'm pronouncing your name right. Ash is asking about how many watts do you think you'd need for a laptop? I think my laptop charger is rated at like 80 watts. So you need at least 80 watts, but there's a lot of math that goes into it. Do some Google researching. There's some math equations that you can do to help figure out how to size up an inverter. But I know my laptop wattage or charger, the wattage is like 80 watts. So hopefully that helps. TP creeping. Thanks, bro. Thanks for the kind words, man. I'm glad you care for me. Map 1086. Thanks for the chat. John Bass asks, "Ever fish Qualicum Lake?" I have not myself, but um, Eldad has. My business partner, good friend. He has fished Qualicum Lake. Major Gamer 01. I'm not sure. I'm not sure the limits on the PayPal donations. I'm not sure how to sort that out. I really appreciate it. I just don't know the answer to that. I don't know if it maybe takes a lower amount or what. Map 1086. Oh, how do you power the diesel heater with electricity? Does it ever run down the source of power? That is a very good question. That is probably the biggest drawback between the diesel heater and the Mr. Buddy heater. Both heaters definitely take fuel. The diesel heater takes diesel. The Mr. Buddy heater takes propane. But the diesel heater does require a 12-volt source. And while it doesn't draw a ton of power, it does over several days, it will drain the battery. I live around town in my van, and so I don't drive a ton during the day. And I don't have a solar panel set up on my system at this point. So during the week when it's like heavy cold, eventually it will suck the power down on my Kodiak battery. I don't have that expanded into any bigger auxiliary power, or I'm sorry, any auxiliary batteries. But yeah. Anyways, it does require electricity, just a 12-volt source. It's not a huge draw, but it's just a matter over time. If I had a solar panel, that'd probably actually keep up with it. But I definitely do recommend running the heater off of an auxiliary battery and not your main power battery. That's important. TP creeping. All jokes aside, what is your goals? Honestly, my goals is to live life to the fullest, make my life count for everything that I put into it, and get the most out of life. So that's my goal. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to start winding it down. We've been on this live chat for almost 2.5 hours, so I'm gonna give it another 6 minutes, and about 2:30. I'm sorry, about another 6 minutes, and at 2.5 hours, I'm gonna shut her down. I got some other stuff I need to do for the evening, so. John Bass says, "When can I buy you a drink?" Anytime, dude. Evenings are the best for me. Hit me up. Frederick Wittenberg sent via PayPal. You guys PayPaling me over there? I appreciate that. Let's see. I don't have my PayPal here. I don't know if it comes through. Usually it gives me a notice. Anyways. It is 9 p.m. TP creeping. It's 9:12 p.m. John Bass, hit me up on Instagram. That's probably the best way. My Instagram. What is my Instagram? Hold on. I'll post a link here. Dude. I mean, it's at living the van life, all one word. But I've got a link here that I can give you guys. Hit me up on Instagram. That's the easiest way to send me a message. There's a link for it. Yes, Luigi. Hi, Chad. You are great. Luigi from Sardinia, Italy. That's awesome. Thanks for saying what up from Italy, Luigi. What's my favorite campfire meal? I gotta say a big old juicy ribeye steak is probably my favorite. Yes, ribeye. Okay, guys, another 3 minutes. I'm gonna wind this thing down for the evening. Who else got out any more questions out there? Thanks, TP Creepin. Thanks for hanging out, being a good sport. Yes, exactly. Ribeyes and portobellos. That was a fun cookout with Jaden. That meal was delicious. Map 1086. Thanks, man. Good to see you as well. What year is my van? My van is a 1991 Volkswagen Westfalia. Bravo Golf. Do you mushroom hunt at all? I've got friends that mushroom hunt. I've never done it myself. I'd like to though. That's actually something I'd like to do. Is like go hunt some mushrooms and cook that up. When does a joke become a dad joke? I don't know. That's a good question. John Bass, what do you got? I'm from India. I'm a big fan of yours. Thank you. Great to hear from you all the way from India. Very cool to see the videos making it all the way. When it's a parent. Hey, good one. I plan on making videos as long as there's an audience to be watching videos. So as long as there's somebody watching, I'll be making videos for you guys. Do I fish? Yes, I do fish. In my last 3 videos, I've been featured some of the fly fishing that we've gone and done in there. So don't always catch fish, but do pretty good actually without getting skunked. So fly fishing is new to me, and been doing that in some of my videos and hoping to bring more of you guys. So good night, George. Thanks for being part of the chat tonight. Frederick Wittenberg, thank you. Thanks for hanging out. Looking forward to the next live chat as well. And yes, definitely would be stoked to do some catch and cook videos. We're looking for the opportunity to do that. Ooh, fishing in Oklahoma. I like that idea. TD, Westie owner here. Hubby and I enjoy your videos. Thanks. Awesome. Appreciate it. Joshua Gray. What's up, neighbor? I hear you over there, Josh. Joshua Gray saying hi right here. He's like 2 offices down. He can probably hear. Joshua Gray, two offices down. You can probably hear every word of this live feed. He's saying what up in the comments. Yes. Yep. Pure tier. Yep. You can hear him across the way there. That's pretty funny. Okay, guys. We're 20 seconds past. I got to sign out of here. Thanks so much for watching, being part of the live feed. Appreciate it. I'm going to get out of here, wind this thing down. Thank you so much for all the donations. Thank you to everybody for being part of the live chat. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure and hit the subscribe button. If you guys like this video, make sure and hit the like button. Leave a comment in the comment down below. Most of all, guys, peace out. Keep on trucking. That's like trying to hit the buy button. It's like, no, in stream where you guys are still talking. I really could just keep going, but I do need to get out of here. All right, guys. I'm out. Peace out. Keep on trucking.